Hello everyone, I'm back with another art tutorial and today we'll be painting a dramatic sea wave. For the sky, we are creating a dark to light gradient. Here I'm using a bluish kind of grey which I made by mixing white, a tinge of black and some Prussian blue. Cover 1/3 of the sky area with this shade. Now from the lowermost side, start with a mixture of yellow and orange. And by the end of that area, use pure orange. In the center of the two things, use white, and as you keep using the white, start blending the lower side so that the white blends with the orange and gives you a smooth blend. Do all this with straight, very light-handed strokes and make sure your brush is not very dry, but it should not be very wet at the same time. For the area where the sun will sit, add a little bit of yellow to make it lighter. Mix some black to the previous grey shade to make a darker shade, and I used it on the topmost area and blended it with the lighter shade of grey. Now for the hill range, I have taken burnt umber and I'm using it from the borders of this hill range. The center area has to be orange since the reflection of the sun is coming onto it. Keeping orange in the center, blend from the center towards the outer sides. And for the sun, I'm using white in a circular form. Starting with the sea now, for the reflection of the sun on the sea, I'm painting some straight strokes with a thin flat brush with orange shade. The sea wave which is coming on top here, on the front part the sun should reflect, so I'm using orange on the front side. Now with the same grey which we had used for the sky area, I'll be covering up the space left in the sea area. When you're adding strokes on the orange area with this grey shade, I'm using the thin side of this flat brush in straight strokes. When you use your flat brush from the thinner side in straight strokes and with light pressure, you get thinner lines. Use such thin lines at the areas where the grey mixes with the orange. I'm adding some more orange with a size 0 brush at some more areas of the sea. Now I have mixed a tinge of black to the grey shade to make a darker shade, and with that I have started putting highlights into the brush with a 0 size detail brush. Mainly the top area of the emerging sea wave has to be darker in shade and the lower sides of the sea have to be darker. So these are the major parts where I'll be using the darker shades of grey. And for the rest of the area also, add thin wavy lines in the form to create waves with the darker shades. Once again using the detail brush. I am moving from lighter to darker shades. I am creating more and more darker shades by adding black to the grey shade. The color theory in this is quite simple. As you keep using your brush with one same shade, when you start painting with it freshly, the shade is dark, but as you keep painting with it, the shade keeps on lightening as the pigment lessens in the brush. So that is how you get multiple shades in one go. As I said, the top of the wave and the lower side of the sea has to be darker. So that is where I have used most of my dark shades. Now, when this has completely dried up, I have started with the lighter reflections. Right now, with the size 0 detail brush, I'm adding cadmium yellow near the sun reflections and also a little strokes here and there on the grey to make it look natural. You can also add similar strokes with lemon yellow. Now I'll be also adding some glittery effect. So for that I have painted small dots with orange, then with some yellow. For the dots here, I'm moving from darker to lighter shades. Now the dots have to be in greater amount and with lighter shades where the sun is near. And as you move away from the sun, the dots have to keep lessening and has to be with the darker shades. So near the sun, I am using more of white dots and lessening the white dots as I move away. Here you are with your dramatic sea wave painting. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and if you did, do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Also, if you recreate this, you can send it to me on my Instagram handle, link for which is given in the description. Thank you for watching.